Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day wherever you are, whatever time it is where you are. If you guys do enjoy the content, please do be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support. For those of you that do watch Twitch, if you guys like horror games, please do feel free to come and check me out on Twitch at Slinky, where I mostly play Phasmophobia, but we do play other horror games. Tonight, like I say, today we are going to be playing What Remains of Edith Finch. It's a spooky kind of adventure. A walking sort of simulator, if you will. So, yeah, let's crack on.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
That looks so cool. I absolutely love it. That's amazing. Loves to live in
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Okay.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Okay.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Okay.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
The front door.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Front door would be too obvious. It's not going to be front door, is it?
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Okay. Oh, hi, is that basketball hoop? Jeez.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay. Let's try the front door first. Because that's the obvious option.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Just like I said, it wouldn't. I don't know why he even tested it, really. There was no point. He said it was never going to unlock the front door. It's fine. Very beautiful.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon, except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Wait a damn minute. I know this structure. I do indeed know this structure. This is from a game where I am actually a official content creator for. This is from Demonologist.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, this is the same structure of the abandoned house in Demonologist.
It was like a bomb had
crazy.
gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Wow.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
The original house sign. Okay.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
So cute.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Interesting.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Nope.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
I think that's a carp. Yeah, that's a... Was it maybe a barbel? I'm not sure. Can't tell with the whisker.
Lewis told me there were
things.
secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Okay.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
That's pretty cool room.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
She was 10 when she died. Damn.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
I hope they're not poisonous.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Okay.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Nearly went off the edge.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Okay. Suddenly we're sharp. Okay, so that's... Okay.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
It's a bit brutal.
I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Like a kraken or a tentacle.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
My start? I'll go beneath the car, maybe. Oh. I don't know. Seems to be getting stuck quite a bit. Up again. Oh, okay.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Drunken sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? His belly with a rusty razor, his belly with a rusty razor, his belly with a rusty razor.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
Oh, don't eat Molly. Beneath the bed, maybe?
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Okay, interesting.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's
lucky.
daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Okay.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
What is that?
The only
Interesting
trace
carpet.
Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Yeah. Interesting color choice.
It was a pretty big trace.
Good. Can you let me out? Maybe not.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Calvin Finch died born 1950, died 1951. Gee, 1 year old.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
I probably could interact with that. What there might have been.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Cigarettes. Tut. Odin Finch National Park. Very cool. So they named that national park after him.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Calvin was 11. These people, a lot of these people.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
So broke his leg. Oh boy.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did.
Sure, what I'm meant to be doing. Mom is stuck. What am I meant to do here? Oh no. I hate it when this happens in games. Happens more than I care to admit as well. Oh, he's got 2 legs.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Got 2 legs. Getting high now.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oh no. You tell me he doesn't go
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Oh no.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh my god, I knew it was coming.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
We all did when we were kids. Me. Weird deaths in this game with these kids, I'll tell you.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh, that's the hungry caterpillar. That's so cool. I used to love it when I was a kid. Sorry, a book when I was a kid.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
I told you Bigfoot was real. Oh,
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oops.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, Her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
He's dead, isn't he?
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I play horror games. I'm fine. I'm not even scared. Not even scared.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Fucking. This guy's...
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay.
That old man
coming
at the top?
But if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
I swear there was an old man up there. Eyes? Okay, I don't know. I don't like them eyes.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And whoever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Fine.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
He's not going to be there, is he, when we get down? He's going to have moved. Of course he did.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Brilliant.
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night.
Okay.
And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh dear, oh dear. That was terrible. Brilliant. It's even got the ear on the front, love that. Very cool. Very cool.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Okay, guys, I think we're going to call it there. I will be recording a part 2 very soon, so please do keep peeled for the part 2. I will pin it in the comments. And as always, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please do feel free to come and check me out on Twitch. Please do like, subscribe, and comment. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, I hope you all enjoyed it. And see you soon. Take care. Toodaloo.